This video is 1 minute and 30 seconds long, the same amount of time it took Lewis Hamilton to do his lap round Jeddah. There's a famous saying that says there are only two certain things in life, death and taxes. However, I've always had a third one, that being that Lewis Hamilton would get through to Q3 and eventually get pole position. However, with the recent changes to the 2022 Formula 1 cars, this has meant I've had to tear up that rulebook. Now obviously Lewis Hamilton qualified P16 in the Saudi Arabian qualifying session. It's the first time he's been knocked out of Q1 since Brazil 2017. Now usually, if a team doesn't get out of Q1, it's something to do with like the engine, or the chassis, or the setup and balance wasn't quite right, or it could be down to the driver. And if it's the driver, the best person to compare them to is their teammate. So let's compare George Russell and Lewis Hamilton. So Lewis Hamilton qualified in P16, whereas his teammate George Russell qualified in P6, 10 places ahead of him. In a sport where milliseconds can mean everything, there's no margin for error. It comes down to the confidence of the driver. I mean, if you're throwing a car down a straight at 200 miles an hour towards a concrete barrier, your instinct is to brake, but a racing driver must be able to trust the car and be able to brake later and later and later and extract as much performance as they can out of that car. Now we know Mercedes have been on the back foot, but still, we didn't expect a 7-time world champion to be out-qualified by his younger team. Now is Mercedes the problem? Well, some could say the balance or the setup of his car wasn't suiting Lewis. But again, you don't expect an 8-time world championship winning team to make such big errors that their star driver qualifies in P16. Maybe it's all down to Lewis. Has he lost his edge? Is he no longer the Lewis we once knew? Well, who knows? Don't forget to like and subscribe, bye.